Hello and welcome to Insights. This is Hari Kumar. Kerala is going to face a Lok Sabha polls in a couple of months, along with other parts of India. So, this is the right time to analyze the socio-political factors that influence the outcome of elections. So, in this context, it would be very relevant to analyze the Sabarimala agitations that happened in 2018-19, which had huge influence on the 2019 Lok Sabha poll results in Kerala. Perhaps Sabarimala agitations was the single most important factor that influenced assembly polls in 2019. However, it has not been given the importance by political thinkers and or even media that it deserves. The whole issue began with the verdict of Supreme Court in 2018, which allowed women of all ages entry in the temple against the traditions there. The tradition in Sabarimala is women between the age of 10 and 50, roughly, I'm saying roughly, are not allowed entry in the temple. So there has been recommendations or suggestions to remove restrictions. And when the Supreme Court, even earlier, when the Supreme Court verdict came, the left government in Kerala wholeheartedly supported it. And the government showed an urgency to implement the verdict in letter and spirit. Had they waited for some more time, perhaps an agitation would not have taken place. But it seems even now that the urgency shown by the state government was one of the factors that increased the intensity of the protest. The protest began as isolated incidents in Pathanamthitta district where the temple is situated. But initially it was supported by groups of devotees, organized by groups of devotees and Nayar Service Society NSS. However, later on, it spread like wildfire to other districts. It was not confined to Nayars only. In fact, though the left thought that the whole issue will divide Hindu community in Kerala and reduce the influence of Sangh Parivar in Kerala, what happened was the opposite. It seems that the left miscalculated certain things. Number one was that they overestimated their influence in the state. The second part is they underestimated the concept of Hindu unity in Kerala. So when protests began, the initial response of the left government was to suppress it. The government used brute force to suppress protesters. And much blood was shed on streets, but that didn't weaken the protest. Instead of weakening, it strengthened. It seems that a few factors worked against the left, and meanwhile, the opposition groups, that is Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress, which initially turned their face against the agitation, realized the mood of the public and they jumped onto the bandwagon. And the very important and interesting thing is that, like the left, it seemed that the BJP and the Congress also miscalculated. Every political party in Kerala thought that Kerala is a very progressive society and allowing entry to women would be viewed as a progressive step and only orthodoxy would oppose it. But that was a wrong conclusion because the Sabarimala was not a place associated with orthodoxy in Kerala. Sabarimala was and is in fact a place which is actually a progressive place of worship. In Sabarimala, anybody can enter. Even from earlier times, there is no discrimination based on caste or religion. Almost in all temples in Kerala, entry is restricted to Hindus. But at Sabarimala, anybody can enter. Nobody is going to question you. And some of the most famous worshippers in Sabarimala, like singer Yesudas, is not Hindu. So nobody is prevented from entering that temple. So this is a place which is considered to be an epitome of the whole concept of equality. Anybody who goes to Sabarimala, whether he is from a scheduled tribe, scheduled caste, a lower caste or upper caste, or Brahmin, a king or a commoner, a Hindu or a Muslim is addressed as Swami. So there is complete equality. Everybody wears the same kind of black or blue, deep blue dress, and the focus is on spirituality actually. So it seemed that the left underestimated the power of that concept, and even before, or decades or hundreds of years before, the left in Kerala thought about equality or social reforms, Sabarimala was a place of worship that achieved it. The left seem to have forgotten it. So that was one area where the left miscalculated. And this is actually a danger of the blinkered view of the left intellectuals in Kerala. Actually, progressive or regressive cannot be segregated like black and white in temples or matters of religion in Kerala. This is a twilight zone. Many things overlap there. The left didn't study the whole issue very well before supporting and taking initiative to push women into the temple. The whole Hindu community in Kerala united. The agitations across Kerala reflected the wholehearted participation of Hindu communities. This was one of the areas actually where RSS and Congress also miscalculated. The level of protest, despite police crackdown, it increased and increased. And people from many parts of South India began supporting the whole issue. Actually, the BJP failed to gain much from the agitation because the BJP didn't realize the influence or power of Sabarimala in South India. Perhaps, it is real. Sabarimala wields almost the same level of influence in South India like Ayodhya wields in North or Central India. People from all South Indian states flock to Sabarimala, whether you from Telangana, Andhra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and Kerala. In fact, Malayalis or people from Kerala are not the largest doesn't contribute much to Sabarimala pilgrimages. The largest number of devotees who arrive at Sabarimala is from Andhra and Telangana, and then comes Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. So this is the level of attraction or influence of Lord Ayyappa in South India. And day by day, the agitation gained momentum. And BJP and Congress joined the bandwagon, and their leaders also started participating in the protest actively. However, though the BJP tried to capitalize on it, and the BJP also gained from the agitation, that didn't fetch them any solid results, or they were unable to win any single seat in Kerala. However, their vote base increased exponentially. It was the Congress that gained the maximum, and it won. The Congress led United Democratic Front won 19 out of 20 seats in Kerala in 2019 polls. The BJP massively increased their vote base. This gave a second thought to the left, and slowly the left withdrew from the whole issue, and they wanted to save their face. The fact is that the case is still going on in Supreme Court of India. A review petition was filed against the earlier order of Supreme Court granting entry to women of all ages, and at present no media has reported anything about the current status of the case, but it seems that the case is still there. The Kerala government has definitely gone back from their enthusiasm to implement the earlier verdict and facilitate entry of women. They realize that it is going to politically weaken their prospects. And the Congress and the BJP, it seems doubtful that they have been able to build on the momentum. This again, that is also that because both these parties fail to gauge the real influence of Sabarimala in Kerala. And had BJP led or initiated the protest right from, or joined the protest right from its beginning, and if it had a proper leadership, then it would have gained a lot of mileage, and that would have actually helped BJP not only in Kerala but in the neighboring states also. But however, it seems that the school of thought among certain leaders of BJP is that it is the responsibility of Hindus to vote and bring BJP to the power, and Hindus have failed. This is what a group of BJP leaders and hardcore cadres think. But such a school of thoughts will never help the party. The CPM, though initially made a mistake, they realized the decision of Pinarayi Vijayan was actually to capitalize on certain political and social conditions in the state at that point of time. But suddenly he realized that perhaps somebody might have given him wrong advice. He realized the truth, and it may not bring any political dividends. So CPIM withdraw. But Congress or BJP didn't gain much out of it. Long-term gains were less. One of the factors that prevented Congress from gaining maximum is the weakening of the party at the national level. So for the Congress, it is very difficult because many factors are working against them. It would have helped the BJP, but the party lacked a proper leadership line and propaganda machinery and an intellectual group which are able to create a political discourse, a new political discourse out of a social movement. Actually, during the Ayodhya movement, there have been many reports that initially L.K. Advani, who led the Rath Yatra, had doubts about the results or the impact of Yatra. But a few days after he began his Yatra, he realized the public response, and suddenly he changed and responded back. So, such a leader was absent in Kerala BJP to guide them and give further momentum, a push to the agitation. So this was one of the factors that prevented the BJP from gaining it. And another factor is that it could be the failure of even BJP national leadership to gauge the importance of Lord Ayyappa in South India. Because this is a god which is worshipped mainly in South India, and so the North Indian intelligentsia might not have been able to assess the devotion or the level of loyalty of devotees towards Lord Ayyappa. And all those factors seem to have prevented BJP also. And perhaps that saved the CPM. Had they had a leader risen, a proper leader risen from the agitation, the whole political landscape of South India would have changed after the strike. Even then, to a minor extent, Kerala BJP's state president K. Surendran is a product of Sabarimala agitation. Of course, he was there in the party and he was a leader, but he was not the level of leader before, after the agitation before. So he built a personal following and he gained popularity at the time of agitation. That helped him, but not to the level which helped the party to come to power. That is for now. Meet you with another issue next time. Till then, goodbye.